Hi everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
And I'm Matt. Today we're talking about hooked on apps, the tricks that keep you glued to your phone, part 2.
That's right. What's wrong, Matt? I mean, I'm a little bit scared to ask. I know you went on your date, right? So, can you tell me about your date? But you look a little bit sad. Was it okay?
I mean...
How was the girl? Was she nice? Was she pretty? Or she was not pretty?
She was pretty. She was very pretty.
Okay.
But
tell me details.
When I arrived, she said I didn't look like my pictures on the app.
What? She said you didn't look like the picture that you have on your profile?
Ridiculous, right? I mean...
Wait a second. Did you put on a fake photo?
No. Look.
Okay, show me.
Look, that's me, right?
Matt, come on. Is that really your body? Did you Photoshop this?
I mean, I used the app to make it, to make me look a little bit better. But
this doesn't look like you at all. And your eyes look much bigger. And then your chin looks different and your nose. Everybody take a look. Does he look like Matt?
Yeah, it's me.
Matt, you can't do that. You know, when you are trying to make friends with somebody, you have to be honest, okay?
Oh.
What's wrong? Is she messaging you back?
Oh, no, it's a new one.
Matt.
Line up another date.
Once you've opened an app, the goal is now to get you to continue using it. Messaging apps use a simple but effective trick to keep you engaged even when you're not writing anything. Have you ever noticed that in certain apps, 3 dots appear to let you know your friend is typing a reply? This trick is designed specifically to create suspense. You wonder, what is my friend going to say? Well, you'll have to stick around and see. Apps that have rolling feeds of videos or news, for example, use suspense too. Often, when you try to see more posts, a spinning wheel appears for a moment while the app loads the content. This delay has nothing to do with your connection speed, but is in fact put there on purpose. It's there so you spend a second or two hoping to get a reward, in this case something that interests you. A similar technique is used in casino slot machines.
We're looking at part 2 of Hooked on Apps, the tricks that keep you glued to your phone.
That's right. Last time we learned about some interesting tricks like making apps competitive is one.
That's right.
Another one is push notifications that you get.
Bing, bing, bing. And then it would make you want to check your phone, right?
It does. It makes me want to check.
Okay, let's see what we'll learn today.
Okay.
Once you've opened an app, the goal is now to get you to continue using it. Messaging apps use a simple but effective trick to keep you engaged even when you're not writing anything. So they're talking about effective. So when you're saying something that is effective, that means that works really, really well, right?
That's right, and they also mentioned to keep you engaged. To keep you engaged with something, to maintain your attention, to keep you looking at something, keep you using something.
That's
to be engaged.
I think that's the goal, right?
That's right. Have you ever noticed that in certain apps, 3 dots appear to let you know your friend is typing a reply? This trick is designed specifically to create suspense.
I didn't know that, but I do see that in a lot of the apps. I remember WhatsApp, when I'm using WhatsApp messaging my friends, and when I'm trying to type something, and then when they are typing, I can see that in the app it says someone is typing.
It has a ...
Yes, that's right. But what's really funny is that sometimes, I'm waiting there for the reply, and then they stop, nothing shows up. And then 1 minute later, and then they start again. ... And then nothing shows up.
That's right. I have some group chats with my football team, and sometimes you'll see someone is typing ... and then that will go away and someone else will type ... and then say someone else is typing ... and no one ever actually types to anyone. But I'm waiting there, looking at my phone, waiting to see what they're going to say.
But I think a lot of them are probably waiting for the same thing, right? Because everyone sees the ... Everyone is thinking, hey, what is he going to say? What is she going to say, right? And designed specifically to create suspense. So specifically is our next vocabulary word, and that is an adverb. So when you say specifically, it means that in a definite or exact way. Okay, so for example, Mr. Jackson was hired specifically to improve the company's security system. So he wasn't hired to do anything else. It was specifically for the company's security system. But then I didn't understand that. To create suspense, what does that mean?
So to create suspense is to make a feeling of wanting to know what's next.
Ooh.
So something that has suspense. You're wondering what's coming, what's going to happen next. So these ... makes you wonder, what is my friend going to say?
And then you might be a little bit, excited, and then you're nervous, and then you're waiting, right?
That's right.
All right.
You wonder, what is my friend going to say? Well, you'll have to stick around and see.
So when you say you'll have to stick around and see, that means you will not leave. You will stay right here, right?
You're stuck there. You have to stick around.
That's right. Okay, and let's continue. Apps that have rolling feeds of videos or news, for example, use suspense too. So when they say rolling feeds, that just means that you have things that are updating all the time.
You can just keep going. It's never ending on your phone.
Scrolling down, right? Like Facebook, right? You have the news feed, and then that's the rolling feeds. You always have the latest videos, latest news, latest posts, right? All right, okay. So let's continue. Often, when you try to see more posts, a spinning wheel appears for a moment while the app loads the content. Do you sometimes see that?
Yeah, I see it on some apps, especially a lot of videos take a while to load, or you see that.
And then when you see that spinning wheel, you feel like, oh, it's loading, so I'm gonna stick around and see and what's in the video, right?
That's right. So our next vocabulary word is content. So that's what is contained by something, or it's what is in something. So in the article, we're talking about the content of a video, meaning what you see in the video, or the content of a post, what is written in someone's Facebook post, or a picture on someone's Instagram. So our example sentence, the movie's content is suitable for people of all ages.
That's right.
So the article continues, this delay has nothing to do with your connection speed, but is in fact put there on purpose. It's there so you spend a second or two hoping to get a reward.
So these people who design the apps are actually really, really smart. They really know how people think. So in order to create or design these apps, so people will be like, okay, I want to stick around. I don't want to go anywhere, right? All right, let's continue. In this case, something that interests you. A similar technique is used in casino slot machines. Wow, I didn't know that. Well, have you ever been to the casino?
I have been once or twice, but I don't like to.
But the slot machine is a machine. It's like a machine where you can play like gambling game, and you pull the handle, and then you'll wait and see what happens if you win money or not, right?
Yes.
Well, let's take a short break and we'll be back.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们在第一天的课文读到，应用程式会利用一些聪明技法，让我们不断的回头使用，像是推送通知啊、加入竞赛元素等等。一旦你打开了应用程式，那现在的目标就是要让你持续的使用咯。同学们有没有注意到某些通讯应用程式啊？当你跟朋友的讯息里面出现3个点，那个点点点就表示啊对方正在输入回复。那这样的技巧就是特别为了制造悬念而设计的，你就会停在那边看着朋友要回复什么嘛。好，那么单字 specifically 这个副词就表示专门的、特别的，它也有确切的意思。 好，那课文接着写到，以滚动页面方式呈现消息来源的应用程式呢，也使用了悬念。当你想要看更多的贴文，应用程式在载入内容的时候，会短暂出现一个旋转轮。这跟你的网络连线速度无关哦，它是故意放在那里的，好让你花个1-2秒，希望得到奖赏。在这个情况下呢，奖赏就是让你感兴趣的东西了。好，文中的 rolling feeds， 它就是指说以滚动页面方式呈现的消息来源。这个 feed 在这边就是指消息来源啊，动态新闻的意思。Karen 老师则用到 scroll 这个字 ，scroll，scroll 就有滚动啊、滑动，像你在滚动这个网站页面或是文件的那种动作。好，那课文单字 content， 它是名词，表示内容或是内容物。那这个字也可以当形容词，特别注意发音是 content。当形容词念 content， 用来形容满足的、满意的。好，那这边5个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，来看第一个重点是 once 当连接词，它表示一怎么样就怎么样，一旦点点点就点点点，就相当于 as soon as。举例来说 ，once the water in the pot starts to boil，add your noodles and cook for 5 minutes。一旦锅子里的水开始沸腾，就把面放进去煮5分钟。好，下一个重点是 get， 它可以指使得或是让点点点做某事，它就带有那种使役动词的那种意味。那注意它的用法则是 get 加上受词加 to 再加原形动词来表达使什么做某事。举例来说 ，Tina just couldn't get her kids to tidy up their toys。Tina 就是没办法让孩子们把玩具收好。第三个重点是 spend， 它表示花，像是花费金钱啊、时间等等。那主词通常是人，动词3态是 spend、spent、spent。那它的常见用法就是 spend 加上时间或金钱，加上动词 ing， 或者是你可以在时间或金钱的后面加上 on 再加名词。我们来看2个例句。Jessie spent a lot of money on shoes. Jessie 花很多钱买鞋子。Zach spent the whole day reading comic books. Zach 看了一整天的漫画。下一个重点是 or to， 它是表达大约左右的那种意思。举例来说 ，They will be here in a minute or two。他们1-2分钟就到了。好，再来看到副词片语 in this case， 它是指说在这个情况中。像我们可以举例 ，I don't usually eat chocolate。But in this case, I'll make an exception. 我通常不吃巧克力的，但这次我会破例一次。好，那我们接着回到课文中。
While engaging with social media apps is certainly fun, becoming addicted to them most definitely isn't. With luck, now that you know the tricks used by these apps' designers, you'll be better equipped to resist their influence and maintain a far healthier relationship with your phone.
Welcome back, everyone. So we're still talking about how social media apps keeps people hooked on it, right? And then you never want to step away from your phone, and that's not exactly the best thing, right?
Well, maybe sometimes it's good.
Matt. Okay, let's continue.
While engaging with social media apps is certainly fun, becoming addicted to them most definitely isn't.
And that's something that you really have to think about.
Okay, so that's right. And our next vocabulary word is addicted, and it's an adjective meaning that someone is physically or mentally dependent or something on something, so they cannot be without it. So in this example sentence, my cousin used to be addicted to video games, but he's better now.
That's good to hear, because when you're addicted to something, sometimes it's really hard for you to step away and you just feel like you need it. You're relying on it. And some people can be addicted to cigarettes. Some people can be addicted to alcohol, right?
So. And also, as we see here, addicted to social media apps. So
That's right.
cannot live without it.
Okay, let's see what we can do. With luck, now that you know the tricks used by these apps designers, you'll be better equipped to resist their influence and maintain a far healthier relationship with your phone.
Okay, so they're better equipped. Now, equipped is our next vocabulary word, and it's a verb. So equipped means to be supplied or provided with the things or the skills needed to do a task. So in our example sentence, Benny is not equipped to live on his own. So it means he maybe doesn't have the skills, doesn't have the other things that he might need to live on his own.
He's not very independent.
No, definitely
right? And resist is our next vocabulary word, and that is a verb. So resist basically just means that to remain, well, in today's case, it's remaining strong against force or effects of something. So for example, this material is able to resist high temperatures, so it is often used in building rockets. So even in a situation where you have really high temperatures, it's okay to remain strong and it's not going to be affected by it.
Yes, so I mean we need to say that people are often not equipped to resist the social media apps, meaning that they are not strong enough to do it or don't have the skills they need.
But I think after, our articles, last time and this time, I think people are definitely more equipped because we understand their tricks, we understand their techniques, we know what they want us to do, and we're just not going to do it.
That's right. Maybe next time I see that ... on the message, I'm just going to
put
my phone away and walk away.
But we do have a what do you think question for you and for everyone. Okay, so let me ask you, do you feel like you are addicted to social media apps? Yes, you are.
Oh, just got a notification. No, I'm definitely...
Why or why not?
Okay, so I'm definitely addicted to social media apps, but I don't think it's my fault.
Wait a second. Wait, it's not your fault? Then whose fault is it? The social media app's fault?
It's the social media app's fault. It's the
designer's fault.
The smartphone maker's fault. It's
You can't blame other people, Matt.
It's my parents' fault for not raising me with the skills to resist.
That's not true, Matt. You know that's not true, right?
Maybe.
But I think there's definitely a lot of things that you can do to avoid being addicted, right?
Yes, I think it's better to have some other things, maybe be involved in sports or have other interests that will get you away from your smartphone.
And I think, have that healthy relationship with your cell phone and with your smartphone is very, very important, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. And I hope you enjoyed the lesson. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
像脸书啊、IG、推特和其他的社交媒体应用程式确实很有趣，可是也别让我们自己沉迷咯。既然现在已经知道应用程式他们会使用的技法，相信同学们可以做好更充足的准备来抵抗他们的影响了，可以跟手机保持更健康的关系。那我们最后来看单字 addicted。Addicted 它是形容入迷的、上瘾的。我们常常用 be addicted to something 来表达对什么上瘾、对什么入迷。再来看动词 equip 它是表达使做好准备、使用能力的意思。那它还有那种装备啊、使配备的意思。再来看到 resist 它表示抗拒或者是抵抗那种意思，后面可以接名词或动名词。好，那么以上是这节讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Once you've opened an app, the goal is now to get you to continue using it. Messaging apps use a simple but effective trick to keep you engaged even when you're not writing anything. Have you ever noticed that in certain apps, 3 dots appear to let you know your friend is typing a reply? This trick is designed specifically to create suspense. You wonder, what is my friend going to say? Well, you'll have to stick around and see. Apps that have rolling feeds of videos or news, for example, use suspense too. Often, when you try to see more posts, a spinning wheel appears for a moment while the app loads the content. This delay has nothing to do with your connection speed, but is in fact put there on purpose. It's there so you spend a second or two hoping to get a reward, in this case, something that interests you. A similar technique is used in casino slot machines. While engaging with social media apps is certainly fun, becoming addicted to them most definitely isn't. With luck, now that you know the tricks used by these apps' designers, you'll be better equipped to resist their influence and maintain a far healthier relationship with your phone.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen.
And I'm Toi.
We're gonna play a game called Word Drop, where each of us has 3 words or phrases that we haven't looked at yet.
Okay.
And then we're gonna try to work it into a conversation as casually as possible. So are you ready? I'm gonna start first.
Okay.
All right. So I think we all have different habits and things that we like, right? And it's really good to do these things in moderation. For instance, I like to eat, like endlessly. I like dumplings, hamburgers, French fries. You could also even say that I'm a little bit addicted to food. Yeah.
Well, when you're addicted to food, it's really hard to get away from it. You want it all the time. You want it even when you're dreaming, you dream about it. And so when you're like, hey, I have a craving for some food, like candy or chips, it's something that you can't resist.
Oh, it's so difficult to resist. And there's something else that I can't resist is movies that are very violent. I like to watch movies that are like guns, like shooting, people like dying, blood everywhere. And it's just really it's kind of unhealthy sometimes. I think I should probably not watch movies that are that hectic and chaotic. But I mean, yeah, a lot of these things, like these movies, the content is not very suitable for kids.
That is very true. When we talk about movies and how they're made, there's a lot that goes into them. Like the director has to tell the actors where to go, what to do. Even the people behind the scene, they have to be very well equipped to be able to move the stage around and the props.
That is true. And when you're a director or producer on a set, you really have to make sure your actors know exactly what to do. So you have to make sure the actor knows to go from A to B, and they have to point their face in a direction that is something that has to be very precise. Yeah, so the director needs to be able to say everything specifically. Yeah.
Well, I mean, with movies, you also have the producers and the executive producers who make sure the show runs on time and on budget. They're the ones that are going around and making sure that everything is in production and on time. And so they're the ones that say hey, what do we spend our money or time on? We can spend our time on this or spend our money on this part of the production.
Yeah, producers on every set, they're always looking at their time. They're always
See you next time.